Cuba! It's me! Episode 34 of The Willow Show, which stands for Wrestling is Life. Life is Wrestling. Now I want to talk. Yesterday I did a show about Ontario wrestling schools, and I may have made a mistake. I'm not sure yet. Someone was telling me about the one in Ottawa I was talking about. May not be all it seems to be. Now I just Googled it. I hadn't heard anything about it. I tried to send a tweet to Al Snow to see if maybe what he had to say about it. He hasn't got back to me yet. So I will do an update on that in the next coming episodes. But I just wanted to talk. After yesterday, I got a lot of messages, which tells me no one's supporting the show really, but a lot of people are watching it. And you know what? I made this show for the fans, but it's actually the wrestlers who have been watching. And it reminds me of back in the days when we used to have like the Ontario Indie Wrestling Pro Boards and the Ontario Wrestling site, and then even Gordo when he did the owie.net site or whatever. And we need something else like that. What if all the promoters who ran a promotion chipped in just like $25 a month and got somebody that knows computers and websites really well, somebody that's not biased, and really maybe they don't even know anything about wrestling in Ontario, and did like a website for Ontario Indie Wrestling where people could send in their results and upcoming shows, and there could be like a message board that more people, like something that we could actually promote where it will come up on Google, like put a little bit of money behind. If there's 20 promotions and everyone chips in $25, that'd be like $500 a month. That should be enough, because it just reminded me back in the days, everyone used to go to those message boards, and like all the workers, if there was somebody that would rated the show, everyone jumped. And back then too, when Gordo had a site, everyone was like, Gordo's word meant so much. If he said something good about your match, then you felt good, and people were making fake accounts just to put people over, and like it was supposedly for the fans, but like at least 90% of the traffic was from the wrestlers themselves. And I'm happy. That's kind of what I want to do with my show. I want it to be the fans. I want it to promote Ontario wrestling and get people talking about it. And I'm glad that some of the wrestlers are watching it too, but I wish they would give their opinions, because my opinion is definitely not always right. I just speak from the heart. I love wrestling so much, and you know what? I only see a little bit. I only have like 300 friends on my Facebook. Most of these other guys have like over 1,000. They go to way more shows than me, and their opinion would hold a lot more weight. Like, yeah, I've been around for a while, but I haven't done 10,000 matches. But you know, I just want other people's point of views. I just love doing the show because I love wrestling. But my opinion doesn't hold as much weight as others, but I just want to do this show to get people talking, and it makes me so happy when it does. And some people have had some really good ideas, and some people's opinion, they get hot at me, or they're just very passionate about what they're saying, and that's what I want to bring out. Bring out the passion. You know, I find whenever I hang out with other wrestlers, the cool thing to do is to bash other wrestlers. I've done it myself on multiple occasions. It's so fun to say, oh, that person's a drizzling shits, or whatever you want to say about them. And it's so fun because it just makes you feel like, oh, I'm better than them. But you know what? A lot of these guys in Ontario who aren't great workers, and I'm not going to name any names because I'd like to be positive. If you're really a great worker yourself, you can have a good match with some of these guys. And some of them are not going to go away. Some of them are in with the promoter, and maybe they only wrestle for the one promotion, but they're going to keep getting booked. And if you're a really great wrestler, yeah, you're not looking forward to working them, but maybe you should be. Maybe you should look forward to the challenge of, hey, you know what, this guy everyone says sucks, but I'm going to make him have his best match ever. And maybe, like, sometimes I wrestle these guys that aren't the greatest, but the crowd is still chanting Cuba for me, so it makes me feel like that's even more of an accomplishment, because anybody can go out with the best wrestlers and have a great match, because those guys are great. Like, it's like wrestling a broomstick. They can make a broomstick look good. So I just wanted to talk about that. A bit of a rant. Elian gets a little fired up sometimes. And also, this weekend is a big weekend again for Ontario Indie Wrestling. We have one show tonight. I believe it's this the C4 one tonight in Ottawa, and then there's like 4 tomorrow. There's NWX, Lucha Slam is doing one, and then Stranglehold followed up by that, and then there's another one too. There's 4 tomorrow. I know that. PWE Eclipse. So 4 on Sunday, 1 tonight. Get out to the shows. Go and be a fan. Like, I'm a fan. I know I'm a wrestler, but that's why I do this show, because I'm a fan of everybody out there. If someone sends me a friend request, like, that means a lot to me. I know it doesn't to some people, but someone sends me a friend request, And it's like we're all brothers and stuff. And that means a lot. Like, you know what? Just because we're supporting each other. You may not like me, but let's support each other. Because if you say that I suck, and then you go wrestle me, and you beat me, then you just beat someone that sucked. Wouldn't you want to make people seem better than they are? So that's my rant for today. Go check out C4 tonight. Go check out Lucha Slam and the NWX show and the Stranglehold and the PW Energy show. Let's hear about the shows. I hope it's a good weekend. I remember that I want to tell you, like or you get a leg drop. Comment or you get a clothesline. Subscribe or you get a suplex. This has been episode 34 of The W.I.L.L.I.W Show. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling. Cuba!